What's good, you guys? Today I'm gonna be showing y'all how to do a high taper on coarse hair with the trim up top. All right, you guys, so with coarse hair, you have to comb the hair out thoroughly. All these curls and all the hair that typically gets curled up, you have to make sure it's all combed out. Because if it curls up and you start doing the fade, let's say you put a fade in there and stuff and they go home, take a shower and brush it or something, it's all gonna go away until it's all nice and soft looking, just like that. Took out all the curls. I like using the number 3 guard. That sets my foundation and what I want to blend into. The number 3 guard typically blends into the top hair in any type of hair in any length. Next, you want to grab your trimmers. Set your first guideline. I like setting the bald line for a high taper right under where that vertical bar is at, and then I match that side with where the ear sits. So typically I look at the top of the ear, the middle, or this bottom section, right where that top lobe is, and that's how I determine where I'm gonna put my guideline. So right there, where the ear connects, is where I'm gonna make that guideline connect to the bottom of the vertical bar. Next, you grab clippers with the lever open, and you're gonna set your next guideline. Typically it's about a finger's width of a length, so I'll use my finger's width as a reference for you guys, and that's how far up you wanna go with the guideline. When you're setting your guideline, you always wanna use a scooping motion so that you don't set a hard line so that you can blend in later on. So you always come in and scoop out. And you'll see that's about a finger's width right there. And every time I set a guideline, I make sure that that area looks all even, that all the hair in that area looks symmetrical so it doesn't have any dark spots or anything. It's all just one length. Next, when you set your guideline with the lever open, you can go ahead and just close it all the way and take out that bottom line and blend it into the lever open. Again, with the flicking motion is how I'm able to blend in seamlessly. Otherwise, if I was going into the head, I'd be making a new guideline. But since I'm touching the line and flicking out, I'm able to not leave another line. Next, with our 1.5, we're gonna take off about 2 fingers width and make sure that we can leave a section that we just blend right into the 3. With the 1.5, you can blend into the 3. And remember, the 3 guard is what we set with our foundation. So this, we can skip the 2 guard, use the 1.5, blend straight into the 3. I'm gonna start with the lever closed, and then you'll see, to blend into the 3, I'm gonna use the lever open. But right now, we're gonna set a guideline of about 2 fingers width of just the lever closed 1.5. With the same flick out motion, I'm gonna take this top line and blend it into the number 3 that we had previously set in the beginning. Just like that is blended in. With coarse hair, make sure you're always combing. Every time you set a guideline or touch the clippers with the head, always comb it through. So now I got the number 1 guard with the lever closed, and we're gonna take out that bottom line that we used with the lever open into the 1.5. You'll see it'll just soften the line and won't completely take it out. We'll go back in detail where I can take that out later. With the 1 closed, I'm using the flicking motion and flicking into what we previously already had blended in, which was into our 1.5. Now with this new dark line that we made, we blend it out with the lever open. Remember, that's previously was the 1.5, so it'll blend in seamlessly. Now with the half guard, we can take out that bottom line. Lever open to blend into where we just created a new guideline. Then grab your shaver, shave down all the stubble that you created with your trimmer, and blend it into the fade. To help seamlessly blend the foil shaver into the fade, you can use the foil shaver and go down and with like a press motion. So use like an angle of pressing like this, and you'll be able to fade the foil shaver into the fade. So I'm gonna slowly press down. And just like that, the line goes away. Now at this point, your fade is pretty much done, but what we're gonna be doing is a lot of detail work. Anywhere you see any dark spots, anywhere where you see like you can go back and clean it up a little more, that's what I'm gonna do. Like right here, I see a little bit of dark spots, I see some up here, so I'm gonna just go ahead and clean it all up. So what I'm gonna do, lever open and start working with this line right here. If nothing happens, then I'll start slowly closing my lever. Right here, it helped out, but I still see it a little bit darker, so I'm gonna close it. And for the barbers that use notches, that'll be about 1 notch. So right there, I like what I'm looking at. To work at these dark spots up here, I'm gonna get my 1 guard and start with the lever open. 1.5. And there's 1 side complete. Now with a taper, there's 3 sides to it, the back and the 2 front. So what you do on 1 side, you do on all 3 sides, but I'll show y'all how to do the symmetrical dimensions for the back part. But what you do on this side is the same for the others. So now for this back lineup area, to take this down and taper it so it can have a crispy lineup, we're just gonna use our number 3 guard and clean that area all up and blend it into what we already have. So at this point, it seems like I got pretty carried away in conversation and completely forgot to do voiceover recording. And I remembered that the camera actually died as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a voiceover like this. But as you can see, we're just continuing with tapering down with the number 3 guard. And now we're getting into the back taper. For the back taper, I like to specifically taper in an upwards motion when I work towards the outwards edges. So you can see right here with the bald line I'm setting, it's going downwards, but for the rest of the guidelines, I actually like to go upwards towards the hairline. What that does, it creates like a nicer aesthetic for the taper to actually like fit on the head shape. So you can see there, I took my 1.5 and kind of went outwards towards the hairline instead of inwards. So it made that taper area lighter. So when you line it up, it actually looks cleaner. And here I'm just doing the hairline. I actually tapered his hairline. So I brushed all his hair back, and with the number 1 guard, I take it down with the grain. And that helps me leave a nice crispy hairline. Just a little bit of enhancements right there and a clean lineup on the facial hair. And overall, the aesthetic came out fire. As you can see here, my client is feeling the haircut. He does not know how to act. He's trying to keep it serious, but it's just too clean. So this is the high taper. I forgot to record the top part because my camera did die, so I'll make another video on that. But if you like the video, y'all like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what would y'all like to see, what kind of haircut should I focus on, and what do you need help on so I can put some tips on that as well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.